thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome! You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, beginning our 8th year of bringing Hollywood home on a budget. And man, how does time fly? That's right, on this day, July 24th, 2016, I began showing you the magic of secondhand shopping with a Tinseltown touch, going to thrift stores and finding cool stuff from Hollywood and beyond in the world of pop culture. And yes, we did Amazon and some retail places, but by and large, our first call has always been secondhand. While it's not been an annual tradition, it's been a tradition nonetheless to look at old people magazines, standard issues, and special collector's books like this to see how far I've come along on TSR. How many pop culture entities they covered with 50 years of first-hand experience that I covered with 8 years of second-hand experience. And it will be no different with this People Yearbook covering the year in pop culture that was 2010, looking forward to 2011. News, weddings, photos, and fashion all from 2010, all compiled into this $4.99 purchase from 2nd Avenue Thrift Superstore up in Union, which retailed at $39.95. And true to form, they cover the following: Star Treks, crime, body, movies, TV, music, weddings, babies, splits, fashion, and of course, their tributes to the pop culture dynamos that they lost. We're gonna keep this as home-centered as possible, meaning talking about the pop culture evidences from Hollywood and around the world that I have covered over the past 8 years and have yet to cover. And we start, oddly enough, with royalty. Prince Harry, unhorsed, taking a tumble while playing in a charity polo match on Governor's Island in New York Harbor. And we also have a nation exhaling. That would be Great Britain. Exhaling and then later rejoicing at the news of the engagement of Prince William and his commoner girlfriend of 10 years, Kate Middleton. I have covered the royal wedding before, begrudgingly, in a special Life magazine collector's book, and in the future, I'll be covering the royal wedding of Prince Harry and the Duchess of Sussex, that is really no more, Meghan Markle. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The royal family, while certainly royal in pop culture, and technically royal in Great Britain, are certainly not royal to me. But I do have respect. Up next we have Kate Gosselin. Again, she ain't royalty to me, but you know what? She was definitely a ruling piece of my childhood with John and Kate +8. This is her after losing some, well, harbored baby weight. I don't know if it's the carryover baby weight from a decade gone by or just some guilt after the divorce, but she managed to send all that away and show off a rather not too shabby bikini bod. I do, however, want to set myself away from Kate as far as I can, but I can't really cut a piece of my childhood cold turkey. I would like to see her 8 Little Faces children's book and a Good Housekeeping magazine with the entire Gosselin clan on the cover in the future. And then after that, I'll rid myself of Kate Gosselin because I'm not really a big fan of her anymore. But hey, at least she's tracking along good. Stay away from the reality TV cameras. This is Modern Family. They're not really one of my shows, but I respect their place in pop culture too. They and The Office, really the flag bearers of single-camera mockumentary sitcoms. An old guy with a hot Latina wife, a gay couple with an adopted Asian daughter, a goofy dad who clearly doesn't always know what's best. Yeah, this ain't Leave It to Beaver anymore. This is really the real deal of today. I've done the Modern Family Cookbook, and in the future, you'll be seeing more wit and wisdom from America's favorite family. Straight from the writer's room. There's a reason why they have so many Emmys, folks. And if it wasn't made abundantly clear in the cookbook, hopefully it'll be made even clearer in the Wit and Wisdom book, which will be coming down the line. But not too soon. Again, they're not one of my shows. Moving on, we have here the wedding of Jason Messick and Molly Milady. Even though it was a rain-soaked affair, Jason knew he found his person in Molly after ditching Melissa Wycroft. Ah yes, folks, The Bachelor, a tried and true testimony of TSR's place in pop culture. Well, its small but growing place in pop culture. I'm not really in Bachelor Nation, but every once in a while, that is to say, with great regularity, I like to pretend that I'm a part of Bachelor Nation. And we do have a fair ways away to go with a few more Bachelor and Bachelorette items. And of course, there's always Roses and Rosewood. Pairing this up with Pretty Little Liars, which is Rosewood. And last year, we perked it up with Friends. There's another Bachelor couple in here that really isn't worth highlighting, but is worth mentioning nonetheless. Jake Pavelka and Vienna Girardi. They're in the split section, obviously. How big of a spectacle that was. Moving right along to the baby section, we have a new hot mama in the house. Tiffani Amber Thiessen and her husband Brady Smith welcoming their first child, a daughter, into the world. Harper Wen Smith, born June 15th, 2010. Good genetics will certainly run in that family. Tiffani Thiessen, devoted family woman, acclaimed screen vixen of the 90s with roles on Saved by the Bell and Beverly Hills 90210, and noted celebrity chef who I've been fortunate enough to meet at Bookends in Ridgewood for the signing of her second cookbook, Here We Go Again, which is a leftover-based cookbook. I can't wait to show you the video of her calling me a sweetheart in our meeting, which was all too brief, but altogether memorable. And I'm also on the lookout for her first cookbook, Pull Up a Chair. If that's any indication, it'll probably be at Red, White, and Blue Thrift Store first. They carry the high-profile celebrity chef cookbooks more often than Unique Thrift Store does, and they're closer to home. They're my home base, although both thrift stores are based in Patterson and worth seeking out if you can find them. Pull Up a Chair, oh, it'll be like striking gold if I can find that. But we move right along to the split section now. And even though highlighting Jake and Vienna could be the easy way out, it could also be redundant. Besides, this is the split that kinda pierces the heart the most. The termination of the 11-year marriage of David Arquette and the great love of my life for a couple of years now, and if this is any indication, far longer than forever. Courteney Cox. The writing was on the wall as he said to David that, quote, she was tired of being his mother. I mean, she had enough experience being the dead mother of her friends as Monica Geller. Which was really the Pandora's box of love that opened my heart to her. It's also writing on the wall when you see two on-camera love interests, the sheriff of a small county and his gorgeous journalist wife, do their scenes together for Screen 4, and then recluse themselves to separate trailers. And that will reflect later on in the Screen franchise when their characters would separate, Dewey and Gale. They both rebounded, needless to say. Him with an Entertainment Tonight correspondent in a classic mixing business with pleasure maneuver, and as for Courtney, she rebounded with an Irish rock star. Go fig. Maybe this is the reason why I need to start taking guitar lessons. Oh well. You will definitely be seeing more of Courteney Cox in and out of Friends in the future, as I got season 1 of Cougar Town, and of course, there was the People magazine issue with her on the cover, ready to open up. Finally, we have here some award show coverage. It wouldn't be People magazine without award show coverage. And yes, they got the Oscars, they got the Golden Globes, but I want to highlight the Grammys. And I should turn this around so you get a better view of this, right? We got here Fergie, we got Jennifer Lopez, Mary J. Blige, Heidi Klum, Lea Michele, Beyonce Knowles, oh yeah, and Taylor Swift. Earlier this year, we did our first ever week of Grammys-related reviews called The Groovathon to the Grammys, and it was quite a lot of fun. And just recently, we did our first ever Taylor Swift week of reviews, Swift Justice, the curious case of Taylor Swift. And I gotta say, without calling you out, you guys gave it a lot of hype, but the reviews themselves failed to get a lot of traction. This is why I'm really not a Swiftie. I don't live by Swift, and I'm not gonna die by Swift. But billions of other people do, and I've done a few Taylor Swift reviews to know that she's no TSR newbie, and if I do get the chance to show her off, I will. You gotta throw all the other Swifties out there a bone, right? Even a few male Swifties out there who have a lot more than just a bone for Taylor Swift or a bone to pick with her, including myself. But hey, no bad blood, right? I don't have time to develop bad blood against her because I don't have time to listen to her albums. I should also say that it wouldn't be People magazine without them covering important events too, like the aftermath of the Haiti earthquake and school shootings and stuff of the like, and of course, the nightmare in the Gulf. It's how you know they're people first. Sometimes. But on the whole, seeing everything I did cover and the stuff that I will cover as we begin our 8th season, man, I want to keep it as real as possible, unlike a certain Heidi Montag. Oh, and yes, there will be some Hills content. Much against my better judgment, but you know what? The tagline is just for a reason, folks, to bring Hollywood home on a budget. This earns the maximum of 5 out of 5 class because it really is a great retrospective of the year that was 2010 and the 8 years that I've been doing this here on TSR. And if it's really any indication, for the 3rd time, then Season 8 is looking great, with or without Kate. If you want to be a Hollywood bargain hunter like myself, you know what you gotta do. Subscribe to TSR, and for those who have, and those who liked and shared and commented with their fellow friends in nostalgia, a big thank you. You never know what I'm gonna find next. Merrily and mightily, we flow along into Season 8. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the thrift side.